again, and welcome to a new video. This is Mo from APC Mastery Path. I'm glad to be presented today. Are you tired of searching endlessly in Google trying to reach specific results? Are you fed up with the generic output generated by ChatGPT, Claude and Copilot? If that is the case, then this video is crafted for you. We're going to be exploring today quite an exciting technique that is going to take this to this. We're going to be discussing the components of that technique and how to put it into action. And now, without further ado, let's get started. The prompting technique that we're going to be discussing in today's video is composed of 5 parts. Some of them are mandatory, some of them are nice to have. So it is composed of a task, a context, a persona, a format and a tone. Starting with the task. The task is the actual output that you want the AI tool to produce, whether it's a report, outline, image and the likes. And in order to do that, you have to use action words like draft, compare, write, create and the likes. The second component of that technique is the context, which is primarily the background information that you feed in the AI tool in order to get the output. There is endless amount of information that you can feed in the AI tool, so what's the limit? In order to know that, there are 3 main questions that you need to answer. What is the user's background? What does success look like? And what environment does the user work in or is in? The third component of this system or this prompting technique is the persona, which is a nice to have. The persona in simple terms represents the person that you want to have access to in order to undertake the task. So when you're drafting a report, who should draft the report in real life? Is it a junior, a senior or an associate? The fourth component of that technique is the format. What is the required format for the final output? Is it a table? Is it a CSV file? Is it an Excel sheet? Is it a simple Word document? Is it just bullet points? So you have to specify that. You can also dig deeper into bold, italic, underlined and the likes. And lastly, the tone. The tone is quite important when you are drafting text-related output, such as an email or a report or the likes. The tone could be calm, agitated, formal, informal, professional, relaxed, and the likes. Having understood all of the components of that technique, let's put them into action. So let's explore together how a bad prompt could lead to bad results. So here I've drafted quite a generic and bad prompt, which is basically generating or asking the AI tool to generate an outline for a report to be provided to a client in New Zealand working in the electrical sector. The AI tool provided quite a good result for such a bad prompt. However, the result is quite generic, and that is the main problem. We need something quite specialized and related to the project at hand or the ask at hand. So let's explore together the whole results provided by that AI tool. So it began with providing some sort of information about a title page, executive summary, introduction for that report, some market analysis, what regulations could be related to that specific project or line of projects, and some technical assessment, financial analysis, risk assessment, conclusion and appendix. Okay, that's good, but it's not quite related to the project at hand. It is quite generic and it can be existing in a lot of them reports for different projects. Having discussed the generic results that we got from the bad prompt, it's now time to discuss how we could enhance that prompt to provide much more specialized and to the point results. So as you can see on the screen, I've started with providing some context about who the person who's going to be drafting that report. So it's going to be a construction professional who is a QS in the UK working in a private sector. And then I jump to the main task using an action verb, draft. So draft the outline for that report, and then the client is going to be New Zealand in the electrical infrastructure field. So that is a little bit of a context. I try to mix the context with the task to make it more alive. And then I expanded further on the context by showcasing what success looks like. So the report should highlight different titles such as methods of working, risk management, value management, market analysis, how to prepare an estimates and the like. So you can specify all of them titles that you have in your head for that specific report. And then I define the persona. which is a nice to have. It's not quite necessary or important, but it's a nice to have. If you have access to all of the resources in your firm, who would you like in specific to draft that report? And in my case, it's the head of the QSing team, just to make the client quite happy. And then moving on to the format. So the format could be export the prompt or the end result as a CSV file or an Excel file, or put it in a table. In this case, I made it quite plain and simple. Just use bold and normal text. Put it in a bullet point format or a bullet list format. And lastly, what is the tone? The tone is also nice to have. Sometimes you want to have some sort of informal language or formal language. Would you like it to be harsh or calm or relaxed? In this case, I chose professional calm tone. And now let's explore the results together. So it's much more refined, as you can see on the screen. We started with executive summary, introduction, ways of working, which wasn't existing in the other one. What are the methods of measuring? Definitely the methods of measuring for that project. I don't think NRM are going to be the best. I think it's going to be SESM, which is civil engineering standard method of measurement. But at least that provides a solid foundation that you can build on. And then you can take it up a notch by letting the AI draft you each and every single paragraph, and then using the information in your firm to tweak it a little bit, and that can save days of work. In continuation to what the AI has drafted, you can see the risk management title, value management title, asset management, which was not in there because I knew that that is quite necessary for that specific client, and then some ideas for some APCs that you can see here on the screen. That is all for today's video. It's not necessarily the end. At APC Mastery Path, we are preparing a series of videos of how to make the best use of AI tools using efficient prompting techniques, as well as exploring the available AI tools. So stay tuned for that. Do not forget to visit our website www.apcmasterypath.co.uk for further videos and insights. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.